Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. This your boy Jamie, aka Cut the Rope, bringing it to you from the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Man, I am just excited beyond measurement. That's right, excited beyond measurement. You know why? Because somebody invited you to this YouTube channel, and I want to say thank you. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was how they told you. Maybe you just saw something that just really stuck out to you. I want to say thank you. But before you leave, I want you to make sure you like this page, definitely share this page, and fully subscribe to this page, because you know what? You don't want to miss out on what we're talking about. Well, Jamie, what are you guys talking about? I'm talking to you about something that's really, really big. It has actually just become a trending thing. I'm telling you, this thing is crazy. Talking about the foreign exchange markets. Not my shirt size. I'm talking about the moolah. I'm gonna tell you something, guys. This is where you need to be at. But the great thing about us here at Lavish Visions, we don't believe in all that hype. We don't believe all those smoke and mirrors and all that jazz. No need for that. We teach you how to trade the Forex market in such a way that you will be able to see it and be able to teach it. Now, I don't know about you, but when I saw this about 5 years ago, I lost $1,000 in 7 minutes. I'm telling you, it totally blew me away because I didn't have three major things. I didn't have a mentor. I sure didn't know anything about proper risk management, and I didn't know how to protect the check. So if you're interested in learning how to trade the foreign exchange market, really trade the foreign exchange market, especially without those high costs that people charge, you want to go ahead and join us right here at Lavish Visions. Now, don't forget, make sure you like it, make sure you doggone share it, and make sure you subscribe to it. And if you're interested in getting more information, reach out to me on all my social media. May it be Facebook, YouTube. Hey, you might even catch me on Snapchat. We'll talk to you soon, guys. God loves you, and I love you too. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Deuces.
Hey again, YouTube family, how are you? Yes, one more time, here's Miss Mama B with another interview from one of our leaders. I am so excited to interview this young man. And yes, I called him a young man. This is my brother from another mother. Mr. Jamie James Rogers, better known as Cut the Rope. How you doing, Cut?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. This is your boy Jamie, aka Cut the Rope, bringing it to you from the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. What's up, Mama B to the E to the A to the way. What's up, Mama? Talk to me. Talk to me quick, but don't talk to me quick, because my name ain't Quick Rick. Let's go.
We absolutely have it. Family, let me just tell y'all, Cut and I are from Chicago. And it's really, really interesting because if you know anything about Chicago, you from there, you have family there, ask anybody, what's the difference between the west side and the south side? And it's amazing we so close, because Cut, you from the
south side.
And I'm from the Wild West. But this is my rider, has been my rider for a couple of years now. And Cut, how in the world did you end up in the amazing world of trading?
I'm going to be real honest with you, Mama B. First, I just want to say thank you. I'm blessed beyond measurement just to even be showcased here. So I am humbled just to be here on this platform. And that's just a blessing within itself. Coming from where we come from. Now, we may come from different sides of the track, but you know what? We all growing up right there on them tracks, right? So it's just to be here. Actually, Forex was brought to me by a young lady. And when she said Forex, I was like, no, I wear a 3X. I'd never heard of Forex before. And I was actually in the financial services industry for about 7 to 10 years. Had my own office and everything. So I never heard of it before. So when she brought this opportunity to me, I was like, wow. And just like anybody else, the first thing they show you is what? The money, right?
The money. So they entice you.
Exactly. So I'm like, we'll make $1 million in 20 minutes. Let's go.
Yes.
And, well,
no.
That didn't happen.
Cut. You gonna tell your 7-second story?
I'm sorry, but why not? Sure. Might as well. And keeping it 100, right? Because that's what
keep
we
it all
do,
the way
right?
100. Right.
Well, to be very, very honest, so when I actually joined the community, anyway, we're just gonna leave that. That's not stuff story. But when I joined this organization at that time, they said, hey, we're gonna be giving out signals and we're gonna be doing the third and we're gonna do this, blase. And I'm like, y'all just making everything just feel so wonderful, right? Didn't happen. So I took a trade, first trade.
Okay.
They said, hey, we're gonna take this $10,000, we're gonna flip it to 10. I'm like, 900%, right? Like, I can't get 900% nowhere, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, let's do this. They said, all right, we're gonna go into it. Now I can't remember if it was a buy or a sell, but we're just gonna say a buy for just GP.
Okay.
And we're gonna put in $1. I was like, $1? Shoot, let's go. Bam. Well, 7 minutes later, all I heard was
crash.
I thought somebody was knocking at my door. I'm like, well, they just
fogging up my glasses.
And then I looked at my.
What the hell?
My money.
Right.
I'm like, I saw zeros, but it was like 0.00. It was no like commas or nothing before it. I'm like, what happened to my money? Because see, I didn't really understand Forex. I didn't know what a stop loss was. I didn't know about protecting my assets. I didn't know anything about that. And I didn't know anything about proper risk management, how important that was, but I was never taught it. And when I found out what was really happening, I was trading red folder news. So I was pretty much a guinea pig at that time. And when that happened, I lost $1,000 in 7 minutes. I vowed on that day that no one that I come in contact with will ever go through that again. Never.
Here's an even more important question. Why would you continue in this journey after losing your money in 7 minutes? What made you keep going?
My grandmama didn't raise no quitter. Joe didn't raise no punk. And I'm not just saying just being from Chicago, but Chicago is a different kind of place, right? It's different from New York. It's different from LA. It's different from other places. Either you going to be on the menu or you going to eat. So I had to eat, and I wasn't going to run away from this because I've never ever want to be defeated. I was the type of guy, and sometimes I still am, as I'm maturing up in age now, I've learned to be a little more creative for battles to fight. But I knew this battle, I knew I wasn't going to lose this one, not again. And I made a vow to myself that I'm not going to quit until I make this work for me. And it was a lot of sacrifice because I didn't have mentorship. I really didn't have the mentorship that I needed. Everyone thinks different and they learn differently. See, I have an educational background. So I teach people for a living. I've done it pretty much my whole career after the military. So people learn differently, and you need to be able to understand their audio, their visual, their hands-on. What type of person are you teaching? That's how you can go ahead and make a difference in that person's life, in my opinion.
Okay. Now, you are a part of the Wealth Builders organization, and within WB OE.
Oh,
And within WB, there is a team called Lavish,
yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
And you created your organization within Lavish, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. But I want people to know how unique our community is, right? So I'm going to ask you, and I want you to take a breath and think about this before you answer. Mm-hmm. Give me a good, concise answer, not too long. But we're going to say you old school. That's right. We're going to call you old school, right? Okay. What was it in you that made you able to learn from a 24-year-old? Our leader is a 24-year-old.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Mama B. I had a very mature mentor when I was in the financial services industry, and one thing he taught me at a very young age in business, especially at 25, punk kid from the streets of Chicago, don't know his butthole from a hole in the ground, but it was called Ignorance on Fire. And he saw that, he put me under his wing. George Martin, God rest his soul, awesome man. And he said, you can learn from anyone, and it doesn't matter their age, but are you man enough? Are you an adult enough to do this and do this when somebody knows more than you? And I think learning that from our leadership, Malik McCray, he's truly a blessing to be able to take, old school and learn this new school theory, and then be able to put it towards the market, and not just the markets, but towards life. So I actually was able to embrace that very, very easily.
That was awesome. And then I want people to know, and I want you to give your view when you first heard this, that Wealth Builders is a financial platform, educational platform, correct?
Yes.
But it's very unique than some of the other platforms that we've been exposed to in our journey, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you feel when you learned that Wealth Builders was solely owned and operated by a 34-year-old Black man?
I was down like 4 flat tires because I've never seen it before, not in this industry or any industry in dealing with money. I just haven't. Now, of course, there's other firms that we as Black Americans own and operate and or partners with, but to be able to see as an entity like this that doesn't just show one entity, but multiple entities, multiple pillars of wealth, if you will. Sign me up. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Ready to rock and roll, right?
Let's go. Because guess what? It takes us with our experience in life to be able to surround, in my opinion, to be able to surround this young man, Taekwon Burney, and make sure that he's successful. Because if he wins, we win. If we win, he wins. So guess what? It's an even exchange right here. But we're able to win together as a tribe, not as a family. Because you know what they say, kin folks ain't always skin folk.
Come on now. Come on now. And in Lavish, well, in WB, we are the old school. I mean, we actually named ourselves the ancient ones, because we had 2-year-olds calling themselves OGs, right?
Yeah, that's one on me. Yeah.
Being a member of the ancient one. And I like that name because whether people understand it or not, it comes with an acknowledgement of wisdom, right? Do you not agree?
Yes.
So,
yes, definitely.
Coming to the table, even as a student, you still came with so many tools, right?
Yes.
How do you support the community but still stay in your lane, which is challenging for most adults, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
How do you do that?
That's a real good question. And that's a question I definitely wasn't prepared for.
I know.
I will tell you this. It's because we generally care.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting how we care so much about people that we have not even met, and we want them to succeed. And you just kind of like want to throw up on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I've learned, even with my two daughters, is that sometimes when you hug and love so much, you can push them away, and they close and they throw up their defenses. And that was something I had to learn, with my own children. And again, there's no way possible I would tell Taekwon like he's my son or anything of that nature, because I respect him so much. And it's just not because he's a CEO, because one, he's a grown man, for one, and he's going to make his decisions. But to see this grown Black man to be able to do what he's accomplished in such a short amount of time, I mean, that's phenomenal. So we have to surround him and pour on him, not drown, but to be able to drip on him, pour on him. So that way we build up a relationship, one of trust. And to not just do that with him, but just with our mentees and our students, because people come from different walks of life,
Right.
Might got somebody from New York, from Brooklyn, and they be like, yo, and you like, how do you deal with that? It's not they being disrespectful, but that's how they was raised. So you have to be able to balance that. And it is difficult at times because we genuinely care. So sometimes when we can build that relationship and lay those ground rules, but to also know your role and know your position. Because you'll never see a running back play
your position.
You see what I'm saying? So as long as you're playing your position, we can all win. But when it's time to really stand up and say, hey, look, I got your back, but let me talk to you, and never embarrass anyone in public. Because once you do that, you lose credibility because you older. Man, I've seen a lot of old people act like they still 12 years old. So it's not about age, but it's about the experience and how you treat people. To get respect, you got to give it. But trust me, we're going to get it because we know how to, be accountable to each other, right, B?
Mm-hmm.
So,
exactly.
Right there. We can be accountable, and because we've given each other permission to be accountable to each other, right, wrong, or indifferent. But we can.
Now, I want to stop you there because that's going to lead into another question, and people don't really know what you mean by that. Okay. And I think it's real important. I've had this conversation with multiple people in regards to friendships, relationships, family ships, and everybody always want the stroking and only to hear the good part or, the accolades of what they're doing. And I feel like, I always describe I love with discipline, right? Yep. But you and I have developed something that I think a lot of people need to understand how we did it and why we did it. So I'm gonna let you name it, but explain to the community how we rock together.
We got each other's back. I mean,
period.
We do. But I tell you, when the cameras is off and the microphones are unplugged, not muted, because sometimes microphones can get unmuted, right? We make sure the thing is out the wall, right? I mean, as my grandmother would say, and God rest her soul, I miss her so much. She always said, when you're ready to lock some asses, let's go. And don't help me, help the bear, because the bear gonna need it. And we have those
entertaining
conversations when everything is turned off, right?
Right.
But we gave each other permission to keep it real with each other, and to know it's always coming from a good place. Exactly. Just recently we had a disagreement, and we talked it out. But the great thing about it was we were able to go into our separate corners.
Yes.
A few hours.
Yes.
Handle our business. But no one would ever know you and I have a challenge or an issue. It's just like Mama used to say, house business stay in the house.
Business facts.
Exactly. So, and I think because we do that and we support each other, I think that just is a resonation. It's like a breath of fresh air that we Black people, a Black man, a Black woman, we ain't supposed to be able to get along. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right? Especially in business, right? You got too much value because you're a man. You think no. You bring just as much value, if not even more to the table than even me. So we learn from each other. And I think that's why we able to resonate and do the things that we're able to do and accomplish so much more.
Awesome. I love that answer. So my next question, you are a leader on both Lavish and KTR. And just like we said, people have challenges and everybody's a little bit different, So we're not going to pretend like it's all red roses, right?
Yeah, it ain't always peaches and cream.
It ain't always peaches and cream, right?
Lord knows. That's why I got this gray hair, No, I'm just joking, but yeah, it can get a little stressful from time to time.
It can. Yeah. Why do you keep showing up for these people? I want y'all to know he gonna tell me afterwards I play too much, but it's all right.
Because
why you keep showing up?
I care. I want him to win. I want people to win.
Exactly.
I want them to win. I've come close to quit. I ain't gonna lie to you, B. But I quit before the pass. And I don't want my daughters to see that again. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It ain't for me anymore. Like they say, you know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. But society says I'm old. Yes, it does. According to society. Girls, and for them, because I don't want. Ooh, you got me on that one, baby. That's a heart wrencher for me. My daughters are very important to me, and it's like when I see these young people, ready to come up and step and really do something that I wish we had the opportunity, 10 years ago.
Say that again.
20 years. I wish we had that opportunity 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We didn't. I mean, we did, but we didn't at this level. And to be able to have that knowledge literally on a platter, all you got to do is take it and learn it and do it and apply it. That's phenomenal. So, everybody in the Lavish KTR WB family, I mean, I'm here because of those two young ladies, Mia and Monet. I call them Eminem. Because I want them to see that hero one more time. And I want this legacy to live forever. I don't want to be forgotten. I don't. When they pat that dirt in your face. Yeah. I don't want to be forgotten. I want this thing to continue growing as if I'm not here anymore. Your legacy. That's really what the legacy is really about. It ain't about the money. It's not the boats. It's not the cars, the jets, the helicopters. It ain't about the bling, the flash, the drip. Man, screw all that. Because you can't take none of that with you. So that's why I show up every single day. That's why I slept on a couch for 3 years. I had a big brand new doggone bed to sleep in. But I didn't reach the level that I felt that I should have been because, I have such a high standard. Slept on the couch for 3 months. Well, you think that was comfortable? Sometimes you got to be uncomfortable. And I'm not saying everybody's got to take that extreme, but that was for me. Sometimes you got to be uncomfortable so you can win. And that's the reason why I'm uncomfortable for them. So that way they don't have to be uncomfortable later. There's no reason I should be here right now in Saudi Arabia. But guess what? There was some mistakes that was made along the way that now I can pass that knowledge to someone else. So that way they don't make those mistakes and be in the situation here with me. But thankfully, with God's blessings and people like yourself surrounding and pouring on me and sometimes drowning me when I need it, I'm able to come home. And man, that's going to be one hell of a party.
Hell of a party.
It's going to be one hell of a party.
Yes. Now, Cut, I want to tell you how, first of all, I need to say thank you for your service, because people don't know you are a former military man, right? So very, very appreciative of that. But I want to tell you how much of an honor it is to have the pleasure to interview you. But, you know, to rock with you, our journey has been, it's been interesting.
Every day,
and
right?
It's been this interesting. I'm on this side of the world and you on this side of the world.
Yeah.
Ooh, they better look out when you come home.
They better, I'm telling you, they better truly watch out, because it's going to be like the greatest storm, you know. With
the greatest storm.
You know, when that happened, you know, they were smack dang in the middle of it. So they better get ready, because they don't know what's in for them. So
they don't know.
You know, I do feel to say this, Mama B. Isn't it something? And I know this is off topic, but I got to say this. Isn't it something how we can care for people and want to see people win whom we've never met in person?
It is.
I haven't met you in person or anybody else in WB, Lavish KTR, in person yet, but yet to be able to build a relationship. And here we are today.
A community.
The thing about it is, look where we're going, because the Ritz-Carlton cruise ship better watch out, because we're about to take that whole boat over.
We on our way. We definitely on our way.
Awesome.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking time out of your day, and I know you need to sleep. Yeah. So, YouTube family, this was another great interview with another leader of Lavish/KTR. Again, don't forget, you want to go ahead, subscribe to the page, share this video, like, but most important, turn your notifications on, because you do not want to miss all of these exciting gems that's going to be dropped. Please follow Cut on all your social media platforms. That's Cut the Rope. KUTTHER.
ROPE.
I was about to do it, but your hand started me to laugh. Thank y'all. Love y'all. See you soon.